now. We already have a huge number of programs that are working and working well, and I'm sure that'll help us ultimately. And so the thing that's probably come into the picture that's new from other plans that we've like from a plan that we had when we did phase 1, the renovation, was there was a plan for a new gym. We obviously planned for the street and gathering area and how that all functions. So that's all set up. But the only way to make that work would be without another building. I call it a transition building, is to shut down for a year and a half. If we go that far, we have to shut the facility down, which is just not an option. So we need a transition building. Which can be used, for other uses like offices, art studios, classrooms, a conference center. We've talked a lot about, and so on and so forth. So I think that the music school, from my plans anyway, I've got to go upstairs. So you can see that from the picture where we kind of stand. It's not really a matter of is it feasible to move ahead. It's how we move ahead, because we have to move ahead. We've started this process. We're under construction, so it's really something that we have to do, and we have to start fairly soon. The stuff that was done in phase 1 was awesome, but there's still some things that are left unfinished. The parking, for one, is a major aspect. The sewer tie-ins and the water and the various other things that we have to complete, which really shouldn't have been completed anyway, because we have to figure out where we're going before we start any kind of infrastructure stuff. But the building has definitely been commenced. So it's something that we need to proceed with. Early on, we came up with the concept, fairly detailed concept of how that could work with the transition building in between here. This would be the transition building sandwiched in between the gym and the rest of the facility. This is a new building as well, added onto the back southwest corner. And of course, at the core and heart of it is the gathering social area, which is really I think a great thing. We can divide that up into a bunch of uses. You can have teen areas, senior areas. You can I think I talked to Brenda the other day, and she was saying how, and rightly so, the facility needs to be used from morning until night. I mean, it has to be used all day, every day, outside, inside, everywhere. I mean, that's what it's all about. And one of the things that I always think about when I'm doing these kind of things is the guy that owns Shanks had started, I don't know how many restaurants. He's just really into restaurants, bars, and one of the things that he always told me was he likes to get a lunch crowd in, then an after work crowd in, drinking and happy hour, and then he'd get they'd fade out, he'd get a dinner crowd in, and then ultimately they'd go home and it would be an all-out, knock-down, drag-out party all night. They'd bring in the crews, clean up the floors, and he designed everything that way so that he could get every hour of the day used by different groups. So I think that's a good thing. The other thing that was really critical about the way he approached things is he always said you have to go over the top. You have to take it over the top. If you don't take it over the top, it's not success, and it's not successful. You've lost all your investment. Whereas you just take it over the top enough to make it happen, it pays itself off in 6 months. So success, you don't want to sort of be stingy with that approach. I think you want to really. I think our goals ultimately, depending on how all the numbers crunch out, is to really go over the top and create incredible facility here. Just to give you some preliminary scheduling and some idea of how things would work. You've got phase 1 is completed, obviously. Phase 2, if we started right now, we're right here. If we start right now, we've got till, probably August, September, and this is based on this schedule, even December to finish design, August to finish design, and then, December, February, March, well, not March, probably February to finish working drawings, and then start construction in the spring of next year for the phase 1, phase 2, which would be the gym and office multi-purpose building. As we talked, we have to build that first before we move, do the rest of it, because it just doesn't work.